Hello there, and welcome to my playthrough of the 2018 Harebrained Schemes BattleTech game. Today I am going to be tackling part 1 of the Flashpoint campaign. So, not going to list these as episode numbers anymore because I'm going to stick all these, like, parts together at the end of all the recordings so that if you want to watch them all through together, you can do without other things interfering with it. So, what to say about the Flashpoint campaign? Well, first of all, it's very, very interesting and it deals with a lot of kind of like conspiracy theories that exist in the Battletech universe at this particular time. Obviously, we are in 3025, so no one in the Inner Sphere, apart from the Wolf's Dragoons, that's different, knows about the clans at the moment. This is all to do with things like the Exodus and the Kerenskis. Basically, the most interesting things in BattleTech, pretty much. So it's a wonderful little tribute to BattleTech's history, especially because the people that were playing like the game in the 80s or before they released the clans didn't know like what direction they were going to go in. So something like this, if you kind of put yourself into the shoes of someone who was really into this game in the 80s, and then if they'd have come across like a story like this, it would have really intrigued them because it would have dealt with a lot of characters whose names they recognised, but they didn't really know what they were going to do as far as like the future narratives go. So to that end, it's very, very interesting to see how this plays out and how the kind of characters in this particular game kind of know their history. So you'll see them cite often, like, isn't that someone like really famous in history? Like that kind of thing. You do get these things in BattleTech every so often. The most famous one, I think, is probably the Tripit Affair. Closely followed by the Minnesota tribe. They're two things that there's kind of a lot of sort of mystery and weird and wonderful things surrounding those two, not so much events, but the things that kind of exist within the universe. This is much more to do with something like the Tripit's affair, though. We're basically like going on the tail of this incredible lost tech thing, right? So you'll see what happens when it all unfolds. I think some of the criticisms that this game has had from people, it's not criticisms, I suppose it's just like a commentary, is that the ship that we have access to, which is the Argo, is very much like a lost tech thing. And if like some rando mercenary outfit had have found that in the periphery, Comstar would have come out there and just either destroyed it or taken it away from them. I kind of justify it in this game by the fact that we've kind of got state sponsorship, so like we are like big allies with the Irano Restoration. So I think when we got the Argo, we were kind of involved in a warfare, in a war, sorry. And did Comstar necessarily want to go involving themselves in that? Well, I'll put it to you this way: like the Tripits, which was like an incredibly powerful like warship, the Argo isn't that. Right, like the Argo is not at that level, so the Comstar probably knew about this and were like, we'll keep our eyes on that, but as long as they like behave okay, we won't get involved because we don't want to upset like a pretty significant periphery power in the Argo restoration. That's my kind of justification for it anyway. You can obviously argue against that and say no, the writers of this game just got it wrong. Comstar absolutely would have gone to get it. But this is slightly different, and I think they're kind of pushing the frontier out a little bit further than what they did with the Argo on this, because this is very much about like an SLDF lost tech thing, and I'm pretty sure Comstar would have come for this. But other people do come for it, and the other people that come for it are literally like the heart and soul of BattleTech. I won't mention anything about that yet. We'll get into this. It's very, very fun, though, and hopefully you'll have as much fun watching this as I have playing it. So let's get into this. What have we got today? We are out today on Tarragona, which is right out on the periphery. Nowhere near anything, really. It's just a complete, like, bleak little system out on the periphery. Strangely enough, we are being employed today by the Draconis Combine. Engagement length is medium, so probably expect 3 drops. There are no consecutive deployments. The bonus reward is a rare item, and the tonnage requirements are heavy, which is quite unusual in this game. You very rarely see that, but it usually means that you have to take mechs that are above like 60 tons, or at least 2 mechs that are above 80 tons, or something like that. I can't remember, to be honest, because I've not really done it. I've done it before, but not for a long time, the heavy requirements. You'll see there right at the top as well, and I want to deal with this, fight like as a final thought. It's only a 2-skull mission, because this campaign actually exists right at the beginning of the Flashpoints. And the reason I've put it off to this point is because I've been like going all over the inner sphere and the periphery, picking up all the random Flashpoints. I didn't want to miss any of them. I didn't miss any of them, so that's great, because they've got like a time scale before they disappear. This mission, though, has always been there. So because it's there right at the start of the Flashpoint missions, it's kind of an easier mission, and we are like way too like overpowered for this at the moment. Although it does say tonnage requirements heavy, so hopefully there'll be a mission that does at least present some fire power coming against us. But we'll soon find out. Anyway, let's read the copy. So, Commander, I have an important task for you, a rescue operation at the utmost edge of the Rimward frontier. Meet me at Tarragona and I'll fill you in on the details. So he's our Draconis Combine liaison. So, this is Reynald Yamaguchi. Well done, Commander Durant. Here we are, standing astride the ragged edge of civilization where the star maps meet their end. Thank you for joining me in this cheerless place. Excuse me, most reputable mercenary companies won't venture this far out the inner sphere. Not us. We'll go here. That's what gives us our edge, Bob. Throw enough money at us and we'll go wherever you want, Bob. That's very nice. A sentiment worth drinking to, but alas, my reserves have run dry and I cannot replenish them here. The swill that they peddle on Tarragona is an insult to the very concept of wine. All of this brings me to the reason I called you here. I have a job for you and I need it done quickly. My situation is rather desperate, you understand. Well, get to it, Yamaguchi. Tell us who we're here to rescue and for whom. Captain Geku Magorian of Subaki Salvage Works. He's fallen into the clutches of a frontier crime syndicate and I need you to get him back. And you've come all the way out here in person to coordinate his rescue. This captain of yours must be quite a guy. Oh no, Miss Meyer, by all accounts he's horrid, a rancid turnip that walks as a man. But this particular turnip found something of great value on one of his forays into the deep periphery, and House Creta wants it. What kind of something are we talking about? A ship. I don't know what kind. The ISF dossier that I received refers to it only as a derelict spacecraft of unknown origin. The vagueness of the language is intentional, of course. The Cretan intelligence community is quite adept at gathering information, but almost farcically bad at sharing it. We know the type. I assume that your government sent you to recover this mysterious spacecraft. You overestimate my position, Doctor. My superiors don't want me anywhere near their precious derelict. That probably stings, huh? On the contrary, the less involvement my superiors require of me, the better. I don't belong out here, Commander. I feel the need to spiritually cleanse myself of this place, and so the moment my assignment is complete, I will travel to Herodotus. He always ends up there, this guy. It is a pleasure planet, though, so fair enough. Where I will submerge myself in an ocean of vice. All I need is Captain Magorian, and that is where you come in. Understood, Yamaguchi. We'll get your man. Now, have you got a name for the syndicate we're going up against? Does it matter they're petty criminals? If they hadn't have kidnapped a person important to the Combine, they wouldn't even be worth discussing. You don't know, do you? Oh no, I'm sure it was mentioned in one of the interminable briefings I was subjected to back when I was saddled with this assignment, but that was 2 months and 7 dozen bottles of Cholabara ago. Don't look at me like that. I had to drink it quickly. It doesn't keep you, see? Yeah, I get it. Do you have any intel on our OPFOR at all? Numbers, tactics, armaments? Oh, you don't need any of that. This should be a simple job for mercenaries of your calibre. Just march and there we are, BattleTech. Shoot them until they stop moving and get Captain Magorian back. What could be easier than that? Nothing, I guess. We'll get right on it. Music to my ears, Miss Meyer. Contact me when you have Captain Magorian in hand. Yamaguchi out. Right, so, okay, still going on. You know, I've always had the suspicion that every one of our great house liaisons is wildly incompetent on some level or another. It's refreshing talking to one who just wears it right on the surface. That's our Bob. I guess we're going to this one bland. Her XO. It should make for an exciting day on the job. That's one way of putting it. May as well get our mech warriors ready to drop Lemuel. The sooner we get down there, the sooner we'll see what we're dealing with. Right, so here we go. As all great stories must have a small beginning. So we're just out here doing this random job for the Draconis Combine, capture base in the Highlands. So this should be relatively straightforward. Some really nice, wow, some incredible salvage levels there. But I'm actually just gonna, yeah, actually they're paying very well the Combine on this. So we'll take a little bit more cash because I don't think there'll be much decent salvage on this at all. I'm going to clear all my lands here so I can discuss who and what we're taking today. 2 skull. There are no tonnage restrictions, so I really don't need to take the big lads out here, I don't think. We'll take the grasshopper, and we will put talon in the grasshopper. We will take the archer, I think. And we'll put metal in the archer. I might take the big steel crab, actually. Oh, sorry, big steel claw. He's a crab. Tubbs, named after the mech warrior that we defeated to get this mech. Not shown him yet, so we might as well. And I will put someone competent in there. We'll put Dark Star in there. And then finally we need another like jump capable mech. So I will put in the Griffin, because I've changed the loadout recently. I put another extended range S laser on there, dropped the M pulse and put an M laser double plus on for extra damage. So he's now maxed out his firepower, which is insane for a 55 ton mech. You know, he's a Star League mech though, so he's incredible. 324 max damage. And we will let's put code in there today. So 245 tons, probably still is overkill for this mission, but let's go ahead and deploy. So yeah, this mission very much reminds me of the Tripitz Affair. The Tripitz Affair is basically about 50 years before this game takes place. The Taurians find a derelict warship. Now, keep in mind, warships are like extinct in BattleTech after the third succession war. Basically, the inner sphere powers just throw them at each other and they all get destroyed. And they are like game changing because they're jump capable like weapons platforms. So in this time period, they don't actually exist. Well, they kind of do exist, but they're so like difficult to manage that. You know, and you know, Comstar have some. Anyway, long story, but the Tripitz was kind of discovered out in Taurian space, and as the Taurians are going to get it, I think it was kind of like the Taurians and the Capellans are trying to get it, and basically a force just shows up, painted white, and just destroys the warship, the Tripitz, and it kind of is Comstar, or it's more specifically the Com Guard, and. Why do they do that? Well, the first kind of theory is that obviously they don't want it to fall into the hands of the of any of the inner sphere powers or any power in general, because it would be a game changer. But the second point is there's also like a conspiracy surrounding the Cameron dynasty. There's kind of some notes in one of the books somewhere that potentially one of the Camerons got out after the Ameris civil war, after Ameris had massacred the Camerons, and was on the Tripitz, and there'd be some kind of link there, like maybe they could track down a Cameron, and it would get very complex. So did they actually destroy it to stop that happening? There's, like I say, it's a conspiracy theory thing, so it's probably not that. It probably is the former. Comstar just didn't want anyone to have the big warship. Anyway, okay, Commander, I've unidentified our unidentified crime syndicate's forward base should lie somewhere up ahead. Okay, we know what we're doing here, guys. Let's get on with it. Right, so let's just jump you, actually. See if we can get anything on sensors quite quickly here. That crab that I'm playing, which is it's basically a Frankenmech crab. It's a mixture between an urban mech and a crab, which sounds horrendous, given that they're both not the prettiest mechs, but it basically is a crab just with a gun on its right arm, I think. What I love about this crab, it's a funny name for a BattleTech, for a battle mech, it's really quick. Like, it's got very, very good speed rates for a 50-ton. Basically, it's not a weapons platform, but previously I was running the Hunchback, And the Hunchback is an amazing weapons platform. It had a UAC 20 double plus allowing 2 impulses, but it's really slow. And the problem is with my style of play, I tend to really gravitate towards fast jump capable mechs. So that version of the crab really kind of fits into my team. You know, like if we're on tonnage restrictions and we're bringing lighter, medium mechs, then that crab works. Even though I've had to drop down its like level of weapon firepower, and I'll actually show you what it's got here. It's got a UAC 10 double plus, 2M laser double pluses, and an ERS laser, so it still packs a real punch. Not anything like with the Hunchback though, but the point is, it can actually get me more into position to do the attacks, which the Hunchback couldn't. So it's kind of always that payoff as as you're looking at it in how you play BattleTech. I'm just going to jump in and see what we can see. So I'm with a Griffin, and it's such a beast of a mech. I've got no fear for it at all. I've got eyes on the base commander. Take it, we'll get the show on the road.
Still reading enemy contacts, Commander. You need to secure the area before you can proceed.
So this looks like a terrible lance being thrown at us here. It's got very little armour. So this should be a bit of a doddle, I think, this mission. Anyway, just go back to the Tripitz Affair for a second, how it ties into this. This is obviously very similar to the Tripitz Affair, apart from the whole Cameron thing, because we've basically found this like amazing ship out on the periphery, which is kind of what the Taurians do. So it's definitely a storyline that's been inspired by the Tripitz Affair. Let's just put it that way. Which is good, because I actually don't think that BattleTech plays enough with like the conspiracy theories. I think we should do more of it. I also think they make a mistake a little bit, the writers, because they show their hand too easily, and it should just be completely like, the community should be like debating it for forever. Like, is this a thing? A good example with that is the Minnesota tribe, who I think one of the writers or one of the people that very heavily involved with BattleTech just came out and like confirmed, yeah, they are Clan Wolverine, which I found really disappointing, because like I don't want to know that. I want there to be lots of like speculation and like weird documents. It's like, is it, isn't it, like an in-world conspiracy theory. And BattleTech does love their conspiracy theories, because and this is hilarious, but the Illuminati actually exist in the BattleTech universe, as all the weird cranks online know it. Well, not all weird cranks know it, but weird cranks believe in it. Categorically tell you that's ridiculous. But the whole concept of that, like, there is like this elusive shadow government working in the background. BattleTech's full of that. Comstar are that. But the Illuminati actually exist in the BattleTech universe. They get like an entire section, or chapter, whatever you want to call it, in one of the books that I own, which is basically like the shadow governments of the BattleTech universe. So they do, like I said, they do love a conspiracy theory, and that's super fun. But I just wish that they just never give an answer. Just let it like completely like slow turn with the fan base, because it's such a, when you think about like how big the inner sphere is, and like all the clans, the situation with the clans, which is almost a conspiracy in of itself, right? That they disappeared into the wilderness and then came back hundreds of years later to take a wrecking ball to things. I wish that that's how they do it. I wish that it would be like, well, we'll boil this conspiracy theory and then we'll let it hatch somewhere. They never, to me, had to do it like they did it with the clan invasion. That was kind of a one-off. That should have been their, like, for want of a better term, like, not jumping the sharks, it was great, but, like, it should have been like their one big event that could not be topped. And I think every other little conspiracy after that should have been given, like, room to breathe. Instead, though, they did the whole, what do we call it, the Word of Blake thing, which is just terrible. And that basically, like, that was almost supposedly like a clan invasion part 2, but was never going to be that, because it was completely uninteresting and not very well written. So they lost out on that, really, or on that kind of you know, like the strength of something like the clan invasion, which is like full cycle from your narrative, to something as like weird as what the clan invasion is. Sorry, as what the it's all flying out of my mind here. The Word of Blake, which is kind of to me just a little bit like crass and weird. It's like, oh, they were building this like giant army somewhere, and now they're here. It just makes no sense at all. It's a really, really weird thing. But I know it's a gaming system, so they wanted like more mechs to sell and things like that. I get that. I just think it could have been done like a hell of a lot better. And it's sad, really, really sad, because I would have loved to have, you know, continued on the BattleTech journey. But I just, every time I read the stuff after the FedCom Civil War, I'm like, this is atrocious. It's really hard to get into, unfortunately. Anyway, spoken enough here, so let's continue on with the mission. We've nearly done this. It's really not very difficult. Oh, we've got reinforcements though, but no doubt they'll be as useless. I'll go take the objective, and can we get it now? I don't think we'll be able to get it now. No, not quite. We'll jump down Pegasus, and he can smash into this trebuchet. He's lost all his LRM ammo there, so he's going to be struggling to shoot. Good old Tubbs here, taking the fight to them. Ooh, lovely stuff. Yeah, I get the feeling that they introduced that version of the crab because it's just the way that the game mechanics work in this specific game. It doesn't really reflect on tabletop as such. Although I still think the crab's not a great mech. But I think they basically decided, well, we better kind of do something, you know, to fix the fact that this really like iconic mech, and it is iconic, is the crab. It's got a very distinctive look. Just never gets used because it doesn't have the kind of variety, and variety in BattleTech for your mech loadouts, you know, for like the hard points, whether it's energy or ballistics or whatever, it's obviously unique to the mech in question. Because if you look at something like the Annihilator, which is a very, very like niche mech, it's got the ballistic points on there. It does have energy points and other things, you know, I think it has support points on there as well, but are you necessarily going to use them given that you get that like bonus to ballistic weaponry with that inbuilt system? Well, personally, no, I won't do that. So that's a very niche, like specialised mech, but it works amazingly well. The crab is also kind of wanting to be a specialised mech with its energy spam loadout, but it just doesn't work. 'Cause it doesn't have the tonnage really to do it. So it's kind of, you know, each situation on its own merits, kind of. Wow, there goes the whatever that was. Was it a flea or a locust, something like that? And we got the AC-20 hunchback there, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. Everything else though here is pretty pathetic. Although these have got decent armor, so that's one good thing. At least there's half a challenge here. Let's just LRM spam this chap. Don't know if I'd call this one a 2-skull mission, or maybe a 2.5. You know, 8 mechs, 4 of them have got very good levels of armour. Just saying. Ooh, lovely. Took the leg out there. I think we've got the objective here as well, because the Griffin is in that little like hex objective. Yes, we know. Hey Mercs, I don't know who you are. Sorry, Samiri then just said you've got incoming reinforcement. Yeah, we're fighting them. Hey Mercs, I don't know who you are, but I'd get the hell out of here if I were in your shoes. You don't know who you're messing with. You're right, we don't. Want to be a good sport and clue us in. This whole operation is being overseen by the Bauman Group. Me and my associates, we're just pirates, little fish in a big pond, but you take it from me. If you cross Notka Bauman, you are done. Appreciate the warning, but we'll take our chances. Secure the base commander, take down anyone that stands in your way. Will do, XO. Right, well, let's go and break this commando, if we can get a shot on him. Oh, we can just there, yeah. get him out of the equation here, so we can focus the centre on that hunchback with the AC-20. Oof. Glad we were in the trees there. And it says structure exposed, but not really. We've just had all the armour stripped off one of our areas. So yeah, you see they've still got 60 points of integrity left on the left leg. But what I will do is we'll just pay a courtesy to that, and we'll show our right hand side to the enemy here. Unfortunately, we can't hit the side I want to hit, but we'll soften him up. Destroy his left hand side. He's still got his AC-20 though. Just go and rock this guy's world. Hopefully get all his stability bar maxed out. Talon won't be able to actually knock him over though, because she only has energy weapons. Oh, see if we can just take this guy out actually. Should be able to. Yeah, lovely. Not keen on taking another AC-20 shell. Right, let's jump you in here and you can start wrecking this Vindicator. It's the 1AA version. We should take its PPC out here. Yeah. So he's lost his claws. Rear arc shot there, but he doesn't have his PPC, so he can't really do much damage to us. Oh, I think we missed there, but we destroyed his leg with the ERS laser. I do love the ERS lasers, they are absolutely wonderful in this game. Right, Art, can you finish this chap off for us? You should be able to. Very good. Right, so that should be one of maybe 3 drops, I'd imagine. Nice job, kids. Never seen a company dig its own graves as enthusiastically as you did. You're all dead now, by the way. When Nocta Bauman gets wind of what you've done, yeah, we get it. Just give me a second to block your transmission, and done. There, that's better. Blessed silence. Well, for my part, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on this Bauman Group's computer systems. Anyone feel like placing bets on what I'll find in there? Just focus on recovering Captain Megorian's coordinates, Doctor. Shugo Yamaguchi isn't paying us by the hour. You're no fun XO, but yes, of course, I'll get right on it.
Mission successful.
So 700,000 Seabills, very nice. We didn't actually get any structure damage there. Like I said, it's just all the armour that got stripped. Everyone got a kill, very good. In terms of salvage, I didn't expect any real good levels of salvage here because we are still technically doing an early flashpoint, or one of the first flashpoints, so they're quite easy, these, and obviously the equipment that you get in the easier missions tends not to be as good. So we'll just take the Centurion and the Hunchback just to sell. Very good. If I get a chance, I'll actually rock out the Highlander, because I've managed to make him into the ultimate Star League Highlander. I'll talk about it after we've read through this, though. I'll try to remember, I might forget. According to Dr. Murad's interpretation of the files we recovered, Captain Megorian is being held in a safe house somewhere under the ruins of New Vulci. Care to fill us in on the details, Dr. Murad? Absolutely. According to the intel I've uncovered, Captain Megorian is currently in the custody of Zetalans. From what I gather, they're basically the Bauman Group's fix-it crew, all highly disciplined, all former Great House military. When Nocta Bauman needs a job done right, they're the ones he turns to. They're competent. Got it. What else? Zetalans has been moving Captain Megorian from location to location every couple of days. I don't have a fix on his current position, but I was able to find Zetalans' expected patrol route. If you were to destroy their mechs and get me access to their combat computers, I could retrace their steps to find Captain Megorian. Sounds like a smart plan. What's the plan then? That's the plan. We deploy, hunt down Zetalans and follow their trail to Captain Megorian. Good work, Doctor. So this is going to be a battle then? Okay. Oh, okay. I've been doing some digging on Dr. Bauman and his organisation. Turns out they basically run the black market. Half the contraband that flows through the frontiers, seedier pots of coal, got there by way of the Bauman Group. And, I mean, I assume you're going somewhere with this. You know the strange new weapons that have been flooding the market recently? Give you three guesses where they came from. You think they came from the derelict. I guess that tracks, but how? If this ship is stuffed to the gills with high-tech weaponry, who the hell put it there in the first place? I couldn't hazard a guess, Samiri, but if Darius is right, this isn't a simple rescue operation. That ship is important. Those weapons have to be lost tech, but some of them, like the coil beam, are totally absent from the Star League's historical records. At least as far as I understand, we have to pursue this. Darius, I need to know more. Coil beam weaponry is not something I've actually used yet. You can get them occasionally. You can find them like out on the periphery in certain places. And they basically do more damage as you do more movement. So they're quite interesting weapons, and if I can get them, I'll try and like put them on a mech where I think it could work. It could, for instance, work on the crab that I've got that I just showed, because he is very quick and he's got lots of energy points. So you could potentially take off his ballistic point and put the coil weaponry on there. Something like that could work. We'll see. Anyway, if I get them, I'll try something out. Right, I wouldn't say no to finding out more myself, Dr. Hell. There's probably money in it, but we were hired to rescue Captain Megarian, and that needs to remain our focus. That said, if we should happen to stumble onto one of those answers you're looking for, we will absolutely pursue them. Can't argue with any of that. Now let's do our jobs. Lance won't wait around. Right, let's get to this. Great, wonderful. So it should be a battle. We're just trying to nick their battle computers, right, so we can see where they've been. Still getting really well paid out here. Good old Reggie, or Bob, as they call him. We'll take more money, because I don't think we're going to get much in the way of like dangerous mechs here. And I'll take a different lance this time. Let's go for... I'm not going to take the Highlander. I'll very quickly show you the loadout. Basically, I managed to get hold of an ERPPC Double Plus, which I paid through the nose for. It cost me about 3.5 million C-bills. But every weapon on there now is the maxed out weapon. So Gauss Rifle Double Plus, LB5X Double Plus, ERPPC Double Plus, and 2 racks of LRM-10 Treble Pluses. It basically means that even with the ERPPC, which is a very hot weapon, it does that 45 points of heat. I've been able to put another double heatsink on there because it's 1 ton lighter than its regular ERPPC variant, and it's plus 10 damage. So 70 damage on 1 point shot is incredible. Given that range and everything else, it's a beast of a weapon. But because I've got this on the Star League mech, obviously it's got the double heatsinks in the engine. Our heat efficiency is almost neutral now. I mean, heat sinking 72, Alpha Strike 76. That's just ridiculous. So he's even more powerful now than he was previously, and he has been an amazing mech. Definitely the best mech I've found, or you get gifted. Anyway, I'm not going to take him today, though, because 2 skull difficulty, so that's overkill. Let's take instead... We'll take the Grasshopper again. 70 ton. It's not a crazily stompy robot either, so it's always a good choice. We'll put Talon in there today, I think. In terms of tanks, let's take... I'm going to take the Kintaro, and I will put Vortex in the Kintaro. We will take the... I'll take the Catathrop today, just for the weird electronic advantages that it gives us. And we'll put... I'll put someone who can actually do center locks in there. So I think we'll put Code in, if I can find him. There he is. And then finally, I'm going to bring the Hatchet Man, because he's amazing. And I will put Bear in the Hatchet Man. Why not? Big lad for a big... stompy robot with an axe in its hand or a hatchet. 240 tons, so that's nice and light really for a 2 skull mission. So no overkill here really. Let's go ahead and deploy. If there's a third mission that is a little bit challenging, I probably will bring the Highlander. I've not actually run it yet with that ERP PC, so I'm interested myself to see like how that heat management is now just going to make him almost unstoppable. Yeah, it's so good. Star League mechs are in general so good. Those double heat sinks in the engine just make a world of difference. There are mechs like in BattleTech that kind of don't work without the double heat sinks. I think a good example is something like the Flashman. It's not in this game. Flashman is a great mech. It's like a big egg with lots of laser turrets. Wonderful looking mech. And the kind of vanilla variant of that, the Star League variant, is amazing because of those double heat sinks. But as we get into the Succession Wars, I think it's only the Lyrans that continue to build them, and they have to kind of drop down from double heat sinks to single, and it just completely kills it. Like it turns it from like one of the best mechs to completely average. Same kind of happens with the Highlander, I think. Like this variant, the B variant of the Highlander, is just so powerful. Anyway, Zetalan should be somewhere in front of you, Commander. There. Oh, that's strange. What is it? My sensors picked up a weird signal coming from an object in geosynchronous orbit. Big word. Sort of a blip. It was there, but then... Hold up, I've got eyes on our target. Zetalan is on the move, and it's heading this way. Incoming transmission. Dusk Haunters, you're here. My mistake. Miss Bauman wants your heads, and we want to deliver. What a coincidence. We're here for your heads, too. Literally, I think we're trying to get their battle computers, which are probably in the head. Of the mechs. May as well get to it, Commander. Give them hell. Right. Now. Right. Ooh, look at this. Nice map. Got almost a town, city over, like a derelict city. It's like part of a nuclear wasteland or something. It's pretty grim. Right. Well, we'll just see what we can see with these folks. Get in the trees. We've got a pretty mobile Landseers, so we should be able to get at them quite quickly. And we've got that bubble there of protection from LRM spams. What I'm going to do here, I'm actually just going to jump out with the Hatchet Man. See if he can get anything on sensors, which he can. And then everyone else I'm just going to brace up in the bubble. We've got incoming drop pods, Commander. Who launched them? Does the Bauman Group have a dropship in orbit? Negative, XO. Judging by their trajectory, they were launched from an orbiting platform that our sensors had marked as space junk. According to my readings, it's completely unmanned and at least 300 years old. That would make it a relic of the Star League. Here we go. Samiria, I need you to send me those readings right away. On it, and I'm marking the drop pod's projective impact site on your screen. Commander, watch your head. So that's a gallant urban assault vehicle. They're pretty strong. Got a cheeky spider here. They're not very strong. So let's go and see if we can take this vehicle out. Don't know if the Cataract will be strong enough to do that. No. Oh, very good. You can pack a punch, can the Cataract. You basically have to give a lot of your tonnage over to the electronic equipment, but well worth it if you know how to use that equipment, which I kind of am learning how to do now. For the longest time, I wasn't struggling with it. I've accidentally moved him there. That's fine. He couldn't really shoot anything anyway, so it doesn't matter. Let's jump you up here. Yeah, sorry, for the longest time I was really not very confident using the electronic equipment, but I think I kind of get it now. And it is useful. You know, like, it can be easily negated, though, like with the sensor lock, like I think we've just had done to us in this turn. But it's interesting anyway, if nothing else. I'm going to precision strike this spider here. If we get it with the with at least even 2 of the M lasers, we'll probably get it with the L lasers. Obviously, we'll do it some massive damage. Yeah. Right arm, right torso destroyed. Problem is with the spiders, though, both the M lasers are in the centre torso, so you have to destroy it to destroy its guns. We've got drones on the field, boss. Star League era from the looks of it. You called it, Doc. This is incredible. They must have been sitting dormant on that platform for centuries. See how new they all look? They do look new. That's a bad thing. I give them 20 seconds before they tear right into us. We'll deal with that when it happens. Commander Zetalance is still your primary target. If the drones fire on you, take them out, but otherwise you need to bring down those mechs. we've got the Kintaro here, which has got his big SRM span. So we'll launch that into the Centurion. Wrong side though. Really want to be on the other side to get that AC-10 gun. Ooh, Frank should be able to finish off the spider here, I think. Yeah. Good old Frank. And don't know if we'll get the... Oh, we do. I'm going to say I thought the percentages on the UAC-10 might have been terrible, but because of the recoil, but they're not. We do have Bear in there though, and Bear is a very, very good mech warrior. So he's got the advantages of not having like horrendous recoil penalties because of his skills. And here come the drones. Should finish this guy off actually here. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to hold up to this. Do love that grasshopper. Just in general, I have a lot of time for the grasshopper. It's a really, really great mech. Looks great as well. Right, well they've come into contact. So here is an SLDF drone. We've come across drones before in the priority missions. Yep, that's a drone. It's like a little hovercraft vehicle with, I mean, look at that weapon loadouts. M-pulses there, so you don't want to get too close to this thing. No doubt we won't be able to get the M-pulse, so I've given up on this game trying to steal a win on the like on the lost tech that gets dropped in mission. It just won't give it to you, so fine. Right, Frank, and you've got some good range, so you might be able to take this little chap out. Very good. Frank's having a stonking time today, smashing in the enemy. Another drone there. What I'll do is here actually, I'm gonna sprint down here, and we'll come up this road and like meet them in this area. Otherwise, we're going to be taking forever to try and destroy these. So let's do that. Gives them a nice bit of cooling time as well, just to kind of come up here pretty slowly. We also can't be LRM spam because we are under the protective bubble. I'm really glad actually that I'm really glad that they put that variant of the Catathract in here, the 0x variant. Because I don't think the Raven works well in this game at all, unfortunately. So if they hadn't have done that, you wouldn't have had an option to use the electronic equipment. Well, you can do. You can actually get the electronic equipment separately, which is obviously an option. But I'd rather play one of the mechs that it is actually assigned to. In this case, the Catathract XO, because Catathract's a very, very solid mech anyway. It's doing all the heavy lifting on this mission. Oh, that's done it. Okay. Right, okay. This is the job, Doctor. Yes, Darius, I know, but the platform that launched those drones was SLDF. It's been sitting dormant for 3 centuries, and it came back online now. We're all fighting over a ship from the great beyond. Funny timing, don't you think? You think it has something to do with the derelict? You think it doesn't? Okay, maybe now it's time to talk about those drones. Let's return to orbit. We need to loop Yamaguchi on what's happening here. I've tried. He's indisposed. You better get back here anyway, though. I've got something you need to see.
Mission successful.
Yeah, she's right, is Dr. Murad. Like, if we're coming across, like, technology that's lost to time, we need to be sensitive here. Million C-bills for that nonsense. Easy. Yeah, look, again, there's none of the amazing, like, M-Pulse there, which is understandable, I guess. We'll take the LRM-10 double plus. We'll take the SRM-2 double plus. So we're now going after the good doctor. I think we should have his position after this. I think Dr. Murad should have found that for us. Okay, Maya, what's the emergency? Remember the orbital platform? Oh yeah, so we've got to deal with this first, because the orbital platform's sprung up, obviously. The one that launched those drones, it's trying to talk to us. The damn thing has pinged our comm system 5 times since you left the planet's surface. I'll pause for a second to let that sink in. If it wants to talk, we should talk. Get it on the line. If you say so, Commander, I'm establishing contact with a 300-year-old weapons platform. Buckle in, everyone. It's about to get weird. Right, here we are. So your view screen fills with a cool blue light as Samiri establishes the connection. The light coalesces and solidifies into an unfamiliar landscape. Dust counters. Senior staff consists of the following: Lemuel, Darius, Dr. Farah Muhammad, Yang, Samiri. Is the manifest correct, Commander Durant? That's us. To whom or what are we speaking? My official designation is SLDF PTCGVR. I am the last surviving product of Project Triage, authorised number by Major General Jeremy McLean of the 19th Army. Yeah, okay. I have also been programmed to respond to any of the following informal designations: caregiver, den mother, mot de beyond. We'll definitely go for one of them then. You may refer to me as any of the above aliases. Mot de beyond, what does that mean? Mot de beyond, Swedish, English translation, mother bear. I believe that the name was intended to humanise me. It is also evocative of my primary directive, the gathering and protection of disaster survivors, in this scenario, my metaphorical cubs. Okay. Folks, we've got ourselves a winner. I reserve the right to call it Mama Bear, though. Now that the introductions are out of the way, I'd like to know what your drones fired on my lance, or why your drones fired on my lance. The ongoing defence of New Vulture is one of my tertiary objectives. When you initiated a firefight in the ruins, I was compelled to intercede. I regret any injury my drones may have caused your company, and I am hopeful that the circumstances of our introduction will not prevent us from helping one another in the future. Very reasonable for an AI. Here's helping one another. You want us to do something for you. Figures. Everyone's got an angle, even an ancient computer. Of course it does, Maya. That's a universal constant. Tell us what you need, Mama Bear. Who knows? Maybe we can work something out. For the past half a century, I've been guiding a derelict spacecraft, the Dobrev, towards Tarragona. On the eve of its arrival, it disappeared. I believe the organisation you were fighting to be responsible for the derelict's disappearance. I must learn where they've taken it. It's imperative that I recover that ship. Okay, makes sense. We're here to rescue Captain Geku Megarian. He was taken prisoner by the same people who hijacked the derelict. Then we are pursuing complementary objective, Doctor. I suggest that we pool our resources to achieve them. Okay, for the sake, actually, let's get some answers for this, because I want to see what this thing actually is. See if there's anything here that has like SLDF connotations. The first one doesn't. True artificial intelligence, all but extinct. Is that what you are? Am I talking to an SLDF AI? Not precisely. I was designed to project a convincing facsimile of human intelligence. To that end, I am capable of adapting to novel situations and learning from my mistakes. But my capabilities are intentionally limited compared to those of the SLDF. Okay, fair enough. Okay, Mother Burn, let's discuss what we're working for here. I will deploy my combat drones to assist you. In return, you will grant me access to Bauman Group's computer systems after you rescue Captain Megarian. This arrangement should prove purely beneficial to you and your company. I ask nothing that you cannot give me for free. Sounds reasonable. What form would this assistance take exactly? I could have my drones attack a nearby armory. This could serve to lure away the prison's garrison, clearing the way for a light, nimble lance to conduct the rescue operation. Alternatively, I could liberate Captain Megarian myself, but I would need your lance to serve as a distraction. Should you choose this option, I would recommend allocating the heaviest battle mechs you have for the job. The problem is, I'd love to do the light one, but the problem is it might be one of those where I can only take a maximum of like a 30-tonner, and I don't have any 30-tonners, so that would really scupper me. So we'll do the heavy one, just in case the game screws me over. I don't think it would do that. I think it would give you the 55-ton, but I don't know. Interesting choice, not what I've gone with, fair enough. Your decision is acknowledged, Commander Durant. While your lance distracts the prison garrison, my drones will move in to rescue Captain Megarian. Right, we have a plan. So this should be a destroy base. Yes, 2 skull, Badlands. Again, we'll take... Oh, cash levels are pretty rotten here, actually. Well, let's take more salvage on this one. Yeah. So there's no tonnage restrictions, but again, we're just on a 2-skull mission here. Do you know, I am going to take the Highlander. I do want to show him. I want to play it, actually, because I've not had a chance to use it yet. We'll put Vortex in there. What else to take? Should I take the Orion today? I brought the Orion in a while. I'll put Dark Star in the Orion. Let's bring the... I'm going to go with the Archer. I think I do love the Archer. And we'll put Metal in there. And then we need a jump capable mech. So I will bring... Let's bring the Enforcer. Oh, man, the Enforcer's got a Gauss rifle as well, so maybe not. Bring the Hatchet Man again. He didn't get to kind of do any stomping last time, so he might do this time. And I will put Bear in the Hatchet Man. That's a significantly heavier lance than I was running last time. I have confidence in all my mechs though. They're all very, very competent, well like loaded up now with lots of lost tech, so pretty confident I could run this game with like medium mechs alone, but that would take out a lot of the fun. Of course you need assaults and heavies. I do look at this game like the priority missions were like me playing heavies. I had loads of heavies in there, and then I kind of migrated towards mediums. Assaults always crop up, obviously, and the Highlander is the exception. Because the Highlander, as soon as you get the Highlander, it's just impossible not to love. Right, well, let's go ahead and deploy here. Out in the Badlands today. So our distraction is already working, Commander. I'm picking up a lance of heavy mechs, excuse me, between us and the armory, and they don't look friendly. Already hurt. These hired guns must be starving for action. You with us, MB. Yes, Chief Attendant, my combat drones are en route to Captain McGorrin's location. So long as you keep the garrison occupied, I don't foresee any difficulty recovering him. Excuse me. That's what happens when I talk for ages. I get like hiccups and start like having a frog in my throat. We'll take your word for it, Commander. Get on the armory and we'll take out any hostiles that get in your way. Right, so we've got... Okay, so we need... There's at least one lance. There might be some garrison units as well. Let's just have a look at the topography. I think we're going to aim for these trees. Get a nice defensive position. Ooh, and we've got a dragon on sensors already. Still happy to sprint everyone up, though. We've got lots of evasion pips there, and I'm really not worried about a dragon. Or whatever this is, a 20-ton mech that can't shoot. Although, that's unfair. We did have lots of evasion points then. Big Bear. I think you might be able to hurt this dragon. He doesn't look like he's got very good armour. Yeah, let's bring you in for an attack. Nice. Just going to keep hitting into this this dragon, I think. And the archer's lost half of its weaponry at least. And Darkstar in Samson, you can actually do multi-strikes. He's very useful like that. So let's do a multi-target. Let's just try that. See if we can get lucky. We can't. We missed both shots then. Never mind. The reason I don't care is because I now have this big bad boy. And he can do something very, very similar. So we'll jump him up here. I'll try and see if I can get it so that the... I think that... Yeah, that's it there. Oh, actually, no. That's an indirect shot. No. That's the best that I can get. I'm basically looking to see if I can get stray shots on that annoying little locust. Let's try this. There goes the dragon. What we want to check here, though, is the heat. So we jumped as far as we could, and we did an alpha strike, and we've barely like done any heat, and we're in the Badlands today. So On the previous iteration of the dragon I had, sorry, the dragon, the Highlander I had, there'd probably be like an extra like 15% heat there, so just makes him like almost unstoppable. Speaking of unstoppable, wonderful chonk. There he goes. Yeah, don't come close to a hatchet, man. Not when you're a 20-ton mech. Ooh, that's nasty. That will have really softened up his left-hand side. Yeah, look at that. Really nasty levels of damage there. The rifleman's good at that, actually. So let's turn our right-hand side to you. We'll hit you up. But as good as his weapons are, if you don't bring the armour, you don't stay in the game. We'll definitely be knocking this chap over. Maybe finishing him off. Yep. Right, so just a 3 mech lands there. Or force. Just going to run everyone else in, so I don't think there's going to be anything left to threaten us. Yeah, just some turrets. Even if they bring reinforcements, I mean, it's a 2-skull mission, so realistically it's just going to be mediums or maybe the odd heavy. Nice, good shooting. Let's sprint Samson in here. We'll draw some fire from this turret, no doubt, but that's fine. Oh, actually no, because the archer is in support. Complete overkill, but never mind. It's all good.
Good shot, Commander. Enemy
Oof,
structure
look at that. It's like little Lego bricks like piling out of there. It was quite funny. Now we're going to destroy this other structure here. Oh, maybe, yeah, we might as well. Why not? We'll have to destroy the other turrets though before we can make haste and disappear. Good show. Complete overkill. But never mind. This mission is obviously like the intro to a series of missions, so it's just setting it up really as opposed to giving you anything difficult. So I'm really not taking this too seriously. It's really, really quite a simple one. Oh, here we are. We're getting a type beam communication from nearby jump ship commander. I'm putting it through. Commander Durant of Dust Counters. That's good. Now I have a face to associate with the name, and your name has become quite familiar to me as of late. Calling to Parleybaum, and if you want to finish this without further bloodshed, we'd be willing to negotiate. I'm no great lover of bloodshed, Mr. Oliveira, but neither am I squeamish about its necessity. Truth be told, this call was for my own benefit. I hate ordering the death of people I haven't looked in the eye. It feels so impersonal. I'm picking up new hostile contacts, Commander. It isn't the garrison. It looks like a hunter killer lance, and it's moving in fast. There's a proper respectful killing. Your company deserves no less. Yeah, we'll see about that, brother. Well, let's take this turret out, and there might be reinforcements coming. I'm fine with that. We'll save some ammo though on the UAC-20 just in case. Or it might end the mission, then there might be another mission, maybe? No, it's definitely something... Ah, there they are, actually. 20-ton mech. You're going to do what to me, pal? Right, I'll put Art down here and he can do some LRM spamming for us at some point. He's bringing 2 20-ton mechs and he's making big boy threats like that. Not sure if he knows we've got 3 Star League mechs on the books. Presumably not, given he's throwing locusts at us. What else is he got? Just he's like spamming locusts at us. Really? That must be something. No, he's literally sending in 4 20-ton mechs. I'm offended, pal. very offended. Let's just take this little chap out. Like 4 locust mechs is like what you do for training. It's like day 1 of how to be a mech warrior. Lesson number 1. Get in your locust. Because you're not good enough to pilot anything bigger. It's basically just a small car. Yeah, very offensive. Oh, it's fleas now. It's even more offensive. I hate this guy. Whatever he's going to say, I want him to disintegrate. 2 fleas, 2 locusts. The ultimate, like, in bug mechs. Yep. Actually, the flea's not too bad. It has some very interesting electronics on there, which allow it to... I can't remember what it does now. I think it's got like an inbuilt evasion pip or 2. I don't use them because, you know, they're fleas. So can you really justify caring about a mech like that? Not really. But you know, to each their own. There might be some people out there who love a flea, and good for them. Right, let's try and hit up this little chap here. There he goes. Complete overkill. Destroying a flea with UAC 20 is very, very Lyran. Let's just say that. Right, so that's that over with. I think that'll be the last mission. Was listed at medium, so that's usually 3 drops. All targets eliminated. Sit tight and I can collect you from where you are right now. Cool. What about Bowman? Is his jump ship still up there? Negative XO, he's long gone. Then our job here is done. Dr. Murad, get the Mother Bear, its computer access, code files, whatever it needs. Everyone else, let's move Captain Megarian onto the Leopard. We're getting the hell out of here.
Mission successful.
I've got some issues with my chair today. I think it's like, it needs tightening up. So if I'm like squirming a lot, I'm going to have to get on that before I record next. 250,000 Seabills, which is fine given how easy that mission was. Everyone got kills there. Very nice. Equipment is dire. We've got 5 sets to take. So we'll take the Dragon and the Rifleman, the L-Laser. I'll just take 2. Actually, no. Let's take 2 Locusts. I mean, they'll sell for pitiful levels, but we didn't even need to do it. We basically got everything apart from some LRM ammo. Lots of salvage there to sell, so not too bad. Well, Commander, thanks to you, my return to civilization has been assured. Let the ISF try to pry answers from Captain Megarian. I'll wish them luck and wash my hands of it. I never have to worry about his stupid derelicts again. If I never have to worry about his stupid derelicts again, it'll be too soon. That's the spirit, Yamaguchi. Enjoy your trip home. And you, Commander, all my best. Yamaguchi out. Either he doesn't know that Megarian has no idea where the Bowman group took the Dobrev, or he doesn't care. My money's on it, doesn't care. Hang on a second, we're getting a call from Mother Bear's platform. I'm putting it through. Commander, I have studied the Bowman Group's records regarding the derelicts and my suspicions have been confirmed. What suspicions are those? That the Dobrev drifted into the deep periphery from outside the boundaries of unknown space. Duh, duh, duh. The ship's crew was long dead, victims of an ancient misjump that warped the vessel's hull and damaged its KF drive. Whoa, hold up. Setting aside all the other craziness in what you just said, the Dobrev is jump capable? That's the real mark there. That means it's like really valuable. Technically, yes. As I said, the ship's KF drive is damaged and perhaps unstable, but it is still technically operable for the time being. Just to put that in context, like the Argo is like this amazing lost tech ship. It ain't jump capable. It's still got to attach itself to like the jump ships to get from system to system. This, though, the Dobrev can do that of its own accord, and that is very much like a warship trait. not just warships, but like, you think about it, if you put guns on a platform like that, you think how easy warfare then is to, to basically to do, because you don't need to kind of use the jump ships, separate the ships, burn thrust to a system. You just jump in to the system and you do the wrecking damage, and then you can jump away. That's why warships are just absolute, like, a menace in BattleTech. But at this time period, they literally, they don't exist. Like, there are none of them kind of kicking around. They've all been destroyed. The Inner Sphere destroyed them all against each other in like an attrition of warfare during the Third Succession War. So, through all the Succession Wars, but I think the last one was during the Third Succession War. So technically, yes, as I said, the ship's KF drive is damaged and perhaps unstable, but it's still technically operable for the time being. What the hell is this ship of yours? I want to sell it on to this time. I believe the Dobrev to be an artifact of General Kerensky's Exodus. Here we are. This is the crux. This is how we know we're on something interesting now. Obviously, old Alexander Kerensky, the most important person in all of BattleTech, really. Won't get into him now, though. We probably will talk about him in the next episode, though. Commander, please listen to me. If what it's saying is true, the Dobrev may be the single most valuable discovery in living memory. We've stumbled onto something that's bigger than all of us. We have to treat it with respect. Okay, let's say the Dobrev really is a leftover from Kerensky's Exodus. What does that mean for us? It means that I need your help. My primary objective, the protection of New Vulture's civilian population, has failed. Now I am compelled to report my failure to SLDF Central Command. Good luck with that. They've not been around for a while. With the Dobrev navigation logs, I can attempt to do that, to retrace the steps of Kerensky's Exodus and find out what became of the Star League. Yeah, this is the ultimate. At this time period, this will have been like Loch Ness Monster, Kennedy assassination, all those like weird and wonderful conspiracy theories, like times 1,000. So that's what we're talking here. Respectfully, you're off your guard. I'm serious. If you think the fools who followed Kerensky into the Great Beyond are still out there somewhere, I've got a bridge to sell you. Oh, Samaria, if only you were right and the clans weren't a thing. What a tragedy. That comment is. Okay, look, I know that what it's suggesting is long shot, but just imagine it, Samaria. A living Star League, a peaceful, enlightened civilization untouched by the horrors of the Succession Wars. Imagine what they could teach the Inner Sphere. Yeah, they teach the Inner Sphere something, all right. Give it about 30 years, Dr. Farah Murad. You'll know very well what they teach the Inner Sphere. Millions dead. Let's say that we consider helping you with this mission of yours. What's in it for us? I need the Dobrev's navigation logs, not its payload. If you help me reclaim my ship, its remaining cargo is yours. That's good, we'll take that. All you need to do is disconnect my main computer from this decaying platform and bring it aboard the Argo. We will find the Dobrev together. You will want to recover my remaining combat drones as well, of course. There would be little sense in leaving them uncollected. Commander, we have a unique opportunity to expand the sphere of human knowledge to solve an age-old question: what truly became of the SLDF? From where I'm standing, we have to accept. I'm with the doc on this one. If the Dobrev really is full of exotic equipment and mechs, I want a taste of that. Hell, not just a taste, I want the whole damn thing. That's worth a little risk on our part. Besides, my gut says that we can trust Mama Bear. If she were a person, she'd be a good one. We've reached an agreement then. I'll send a team to bring you aboard. Thank you, Commander. Please ensure that Dr. Murad is there to lead the team. My memory card was not designed as a portable system, and it would be unfortunate if I got damaged in transit. We've got a plan then. I'll start putting out feelers. It may take a few months, but my friends in the grey market should be able to come up with something. Until then, let's get to a typical routine. There's money to be made, work to be done. You all know the drill. When we've got a new lead to go on, I'll let you all know. 750,000 Seables for that. Very nice. Quite happy for the money as well, given all the money I just spent on the extended range PPC Double Plus. TTS Plus, very nice. AC weaponry, meh. Oh, and a Jenna and an Urban piece. Fine. Yeah, that was good. That was a good intro to what is a very, very interesting series of missions. Obviously now, if I go into navigation, I think you'll see that there are no Flashpoint. So I'm going to have to kind of traverse the universe. I probably will make a cheeky trip back to Dunironsshire. I've come to, just so you know this, if you've never allied with the Magistracy of Canopus, you do get access to all the very, very fantastic laser weaponry or energy hard points. So you get like M laser treble pluses and L laser treble pluses, and there's just like an infinite amount of them you can buy. To me that's quite disappointing, because I've got loads of those, but it's interesting anyway if you want to know that. I've not had the Magistracy of Canopus mission spawn yet, if there is one, so I'll keep my eyes out for that. Until then though, I'll just keep flying through space until the next campaign mission like spawns itself, which I think I might have to like traverse around for about a month and do a couple of missions before that actually happens, and then obviously I'll record part 2 of this little series of Flashpoint campaigns. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. We're on the final stretch now with all these recordings. There's probably going to be only 3 or 4 episodes left. I've enjoyed doing these. It's been really great to do. Even if no one ever watches it, I don't care. I've absolutely had a blast recording it over the last like couple of months. So my plan is to kind of get it finished this week though, and then I'll start uploading them to YouTube, probably in like, I think I'll try to do it in like 8 parts each or something like that. So there might be if you're watching this early when I've uploaded them, there might still be more to come, or if it's maybe in a year in the future, they'll all be there. So just check out the channel if you're interested in seeing them. Anyway, I'll end it there. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll hopefully catch you again next time.